Another podcast by the Burning Donuts. Known on police record as a brony slash anther artist, the Burning Donut is really Aaron Ring, his dual identity known by anyone who checks out his online galleries. And now, to protect freedom of speech and to produce some kick-ass artwork, rides the Burning Donut.
You sure?
Yeah, it's recording right now.
Oh shit.
I can edit. Yeah.
Wait.
I'll
So
send you the file if you can.
okay. So hey everyone, this is the Burning Donut here with.
You're with Sheldon?
Louis.
Corpulent
Deborah.
brony. Oh.
Good job, guys. Good job. Way to keep up the pattern we've had going here.
Corpulent brony.
We never even had a pattern.
Yeah, we've had a pattern of constant failure so far.
It add me to that pattern.
Good job. All right. So today's discussion. Now that we just decided to start recording here, let me fuck.
Shall we add you to the pattern now?
Yep, may as well.
Everyone's in the pattern.
Yeah, I didn't even do the proper intro or anything, so it's like fuck.
He's just pissed off because Dr. Wolf declined to be in the podcast.
Well, it wasn't that he declined. It's just the constant pattern of declination that I have been getting from the fandom is very frustrating. And Dr. Wolf himself was at least polite in the way he declined.
Well,
And
he's generally polite about everything.
Yeah, I mean, the fact he was willing to talk to me and everything is not bad at all. But it's just the fact that, everyone who's famous in this fandom starts getting this constant idea of that it all has to be PG, censored, perfectly clean so that it can all be appropriate for Equestria Daily and all that other crap. And it gets just a little frustrating.
Wait, people still go on Equestria Daily?
Yes, you'd be surprised.
I'm guessing today's topic is censorship.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's talk about censorship in the fandom.
Sure.
To be honest, if you swear, go for it. I don't care if you swear. Just keep it in. It's all about moderation in my eyes. Just don't swear every other sentence.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you got
yeah.
a problem.
Don't be like a made-for-TV HBO movie or something, you know. Swearing is okay. You know why? Because adults do it, and
You know, I think swearing adds a lot of emphasis to your words and your when you try to emote to people, right? It adds a certain kick to things, and if used properly or used in a way that's not over excessive, I think it can really enhance a conversation with another person or an experience with another person. You know, when I'm hanging out with my guy friends, we swear like crazy. You know, every second, or fuck this, fuck that, aha, fucking, and
yeah.
There's something that's really special about it, and I my parents never, even now, I'm 25, and if I swear around my mom goes, "Don't swear around me," and I go like, why? What's the disrespect here? How is it disrespectful? Is it people think it's disrespectful because society tells them that it's disrespectful, right? But it really is. It really is. I don't believe it.
No, it's definitely not.
I like more creative swearing. I mean, you could say fuck every other word, but I really love the people who are just artists with their swear.
I mean,
I'm thinking of drowning in horseshoes. I mean, he says some pretty awesome shit.
Very
I think one of my
Shit, man.
One of my favorite swear phrases this generation would have to be from Robot Chicken. Holy fucking ass crackers.
Well, it's like you're watching AVGN or something, where it's it isn't just fuckity fucking fuck. It's I can't believe I would much rather have Gora fucking shitting on me down his giant ass crack than I would to play this fucking game, you know? It's like,
I'd rather put my balls in a crocodile's mouth while shoving my head up a unicorn's asshole.
Exactly.
Jeez, game designers, this is a bunch of assy poof.
Yeah, like
this game's a bunch of poopy ass dick.
There's a way to write it and to script it that flows.
Yeah, basically.
But these are two different situations, though, right? One on the one hand, you have people like Drowning in Horseshoes and AVGN who are trying to entertain, and then you have the interactions in your everyday life where you swear, and I think it's quite different.
Well, I mean, if you just walk up to a stranger and start talking, you're naturally not going to be out, or at least I would assume that you're naturally not going to be like, "Hey, asshole, suck my dick," you know. You're going to be like,
well, generally no. I haven't tried it.
It comes back again to the thing about moderation. Like, there is a time and place of swearing, like, and like it's all about, like I guess said, moderation. The moderation separates between like normal people in everyday life and kids on Xbox Live.
Oh God.
Yes. I think there's like probably like 3 types of swearing. The entertaining, like with the Drowning in Horseshoes and the other guy, and there's
or guy talk, like you said.
And it's just like the kids trying to sound cool, you know, be like, "Hey, I can say fuck. That makes me adult."
I just learned how to say cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and then there's like the joking around kind of swearing where you mostly do it with your friends or sometimes family. You know, fuck, dude, how's it going, frick? That's shit like that.
I can't tell you, like I have so many gay friends, and like you hear the word faggot flying around a lot more around gay friends than you do anywhere else.
That's
and you're
true.
just it's like, oh my God,
you're
guys.
Right, you do.
Although personally, I try to never use that just because of the connotations.
I understand completely. I mean, and you know what I'm saying, though. I mean,
yeah. And again, there's like the moderation, personal preference. Like, if you don't like swearing, that's fine. But like, just I say, be prepared for like someone to swear. Like, I mean, and the emphasis thing again. Do you think you'll probably get a laugh about what the beef was that? Like, it's entertaining, and at the same time, it can show emphasis on their expression.
Yeah.
For someone, I think also like for someone who doesn't swear very often, it can sometimes be even more. It can sometimes provide even more emphasis when they finally do swear. Like if Dr. Wolf came out in a video and started swearing, you know something's really messed up.
Oh my God, that would be crazy. Just like all of a sudden he's like, guys, hello, I'm Dr. Wolf, and I'm really fucking pissed off right now.
Oh my God, Dr. Wolf is getting laid. Finally.
It actually reminds. It's like I think the trope is like the spotting the out of character moment. It's like when someone's doing this thing, you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be kind of like the reverse for Jesse, for Drowning in Horseshoes, where he just makes a video where he doesn't swear a single time at all.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like,
he's acting all normal, like he's having a normal conversation, like a normal person.
Actually, it's funny. I've talked to Jesse in a couple of calls, and when he's not trying to do his show, he's like totally normal. He's like we were talking about cars or whatever, and like he rarely says fuck, he rarely says shit. He's totally normal, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, you know, this guy puts on quite the act. Quite the show.
I always wondered that, you know, it's like his persona seems like so crazy that like you would think a person couldn't really exist in real life like that and still have friends.
No, I know some people who are quite like in real life.
I mean, he's always like been like one of the people I would want to talk to because it's like I'm curious like what he actually acts like in real life. If he actually is the crazy guy who will be like, I fucking hate everyone, or if he's just like, you know, a pretty cool, relaxed guy. That's just what he does for show, you know?
But on Jesse Wood regarding censorship in the fandom, I think Jesse's a very good example of not letting that hold you back, right? It seems like you said earlier, a lot of the analysts, not even the analysts, you know, even the musicians and some of the artists really want to keep things PG.
Very clean.
like a lot of what goes on is like when the fandom started, it was very closely associated with furries, but as the fandom started to spread apart and like try to like set up its own thing, it started trying to be like, well, we don't support that. We're going to distance ourselves from adult artwork and foul language and things relating to porn. I mean, if you've ever seen a Tumblr called Bronies Against Bullshit, like the whole thing is basically them trying to go through and clean up the image of the brony fandom in general. It's like they honestly think that all they have to do is just act high-horsed and high and mighty, and they're just going to prevent all this terrible stuff from appearing. And it's like, when the fandom started out, we had like the Dot Mauve series going on. We had...
Yeah, like the problem with that is the demographic of bronies are 20, males in their 20s. And what do males in their 20s generally do? Males in their 20s generally swear, have sex, and they're men. We're males. We're masculine. We do these kind of things, right? And associating that with a show like My Little Pony is looked down upon very much from a societal standpoint, right? That should not be tolerated. That should not be allowed. But it's impossible to remove something like this, right? It's impossible. Go ahead.
I only have this to say to that Tumblr. Just go to FimFiction, turn on the mature filter, and try to get rid of all that.
Or Derpy Burrow, yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
I would like to walk away now. I would like to walk away.
I don't even have to mention anything. Just seriously, go to FimFiction, make an account, turn off the mature filter, and just look at either the featured or the popular stories. You're going to see something.
Well, see, the thing is, like, I'm also a furry artist, too, so it's like, a lot of the things I tried to do early on in the fandom was, like, I would try to, like, post a link to a picture, which was absolutely a rated G picture, but, like, they would be like, oh, well, we can't post that here because it leads to your gallery, and your gallery has above PG pictures, and it's like... Like I started out like trying to do like custom painted skateboards and stuff, and like I would go to PonyChan and try to like post a link, and they'd be like, "Your gallery is offensive, sir." It's like, well, I didn't post a picture to my gallery, I posted a link to this one picture, and it's just there's so much, and the thing is, like, people don't realize is they're holding back a very large percentage of the fandom by doing this. Because essentially they're saying that if you don't match the views and perspective of the show absolutely perfectly, you're not welcome here.
The true fan mindset.
Yeah, so like...
I was informed there was...
fans.
That is called the no. And thanks, I gotta thank my friend Jim Fear for introducing me to this. It's called the No True Scots. It's the No True Scotsman fallacy.
Oh God. Well, I mean, and the thing is, when people start saying it's like, well, you're not a true fan unless you act this way. It's like I call bullshit on that.
Bullshit.
Dude, just imagine my position because I hate magical mystery cures so much.
Whoa! Who said that?
Hey!
Who said that? Was that you? Was that you, Dev?
Yes,
it was.
Ooh, don't cross me, Dev. Don't cross me.
Be nice.
Wait. What did you say?
Thing, though. I'm not afraid to express my opinion.
Yes. He is okay. If he doesn't share people's opinions, that's fine. And the problem is that the fandom is kind of getting to the point where that kind of thing's not allowed. Because it's like, unless you agree this is good, that's not good.
So basically, like, I can't say...
That's not necessarily true. I think that's a little bit of an over-exaggeration. I mean,
well, okay.
But just bear in mind, like, there are going to be people who dare question or criticize Magical Mystery Cure or even Twilight's Kingdom.
So basically, I can't say I hate Pinkie Pride.
Well, you can say that.
Go ahead. Okay.
Like I can say it, but I don't think people are gonna like me for that.
I think you're fucking crazy, but I still like you. You're still my friend.
Now, if a person genuinely did not like Pinkie's Pride, why can't they explain that? Why does it have to be, oh, well, that guy's just an idiot. We don't want to hear what he says.
Well, this is how humans generally are.
I know. But it's just like, it's frustrating sometimes when you're trying to deal with it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like the people who got famous by being able to break the rules now set the rules, and essentially what made them famous, they're not allowing other people to do.
Yeah, it's a way of keeping themselves famous and preventing others from sort of taking that spot.
Yeah. And like part of what just makes it frustrating is you honestly expect smart people to not have that view, because, you know, they're intelligent, rational, you know, calm thinking people. And then when someone that you think is a calm, intelligent, rational person suddenly says, oh, well, I don't want to associate with that kind of thing, you're kind of like, oh, you're one of those guys. It gets pretty frustrating really fast.
Right. I understand how you feel. So.
Go
ahead.
Well, and it's not just about language and stuff like that. It's also about, you know, there's a lot of people who censor like what kind of artwork can be done. Like there's a lot of like really good anthropomorphic pony artists, but people don't want to associate them with the fandom because they're too close to furries, and furries are generally associated with porn. So they're just like, you know, if you have a rated G picture, like for instance, like one of my most famous pictures right now is a picture of an anthropomorphic Twilight Sparkle in a bathing suit. And like, I drew it like in 2010, and like I still get comments on it about how horrible it is and how it's like the most disgusting, vile thing people have ever seen. But a lot of times you'll go on to like a website and a picture of like the Cutie Mark Crusaders peeing on each other. That's A-okay, because that's not anthropomorphic. But that's a furry, and that's gross and wrong.
That sounds disgusting. The CMC pissing on each other. I would rather have not heard that.
I unfortunately have seen this in the favorites of a person who said that my picture of Twilight Sparkle was gross and disgusting.
But I have a question for everybody.
Oh?
Yes.
And that question would be bullying. Your thoughts on being picked on for liking My
Sorry.
Whoa, what?
Okay, bullying. Your thoughts on being picked on for liking My Little Pony in your general life. You guys ever have this problem?
Yes. I haven't, but I think bullying in general has been demonized way more than it should be. It's become a crime.
I love you.
You know, bullies are going to jail for just bullying, and I don't support bullying, but I mean, I was bullied a lot as a kid, and it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
And if I weren't bullied, then I would be, I don't know what kind of person I'd be today, because I sure wouldn't have a nice rough exterior. And, you know, I can take other people's comments at work. I can take other people's comments in the street, strangers. If I didn't have that experience, though, I might just break down and cry every time, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not a flat doormat. You're not Fluttershy, man.
Yeah.
You have some confidence in you, right?
I've had an experience with some bullying on both sides. You know, I've been the bully and I've experienced bullying.
Yeah.
Shut up, Aaron. I still experience being bullied every day for liking My Little Pony, especially in my own neighborhood. That's mostly why I'm always inside. I don't want to go out there and experience them teasing me and all that crap. And it is not a really good experience. And being a bully is like, you know, for other people that are bullying people, like, you know, you can kind of understand like why they're bullying, like something going on with them at home, or they're just a plain out jerk. Either way. And it's just.
Well, another thing about bullying is I'm probably the oldest person in this group here, probably. And I have been bullied for liking anything other than the stereotypical what men are supposed to like for years. I can't tell you how many times before I ever even heard of My Little Pony, I would get made fun of and bullied for wearing a Voltron t-shirt. Because, because, I mean, seriously, like liking cartoons at all, probably about like 10 years ago, was considered a downright, offensive thing, because only adults are supposed to only children are supposed to like cartoons, because cartoons don't represent the realistic standards that adults care about. And it's like,
if you like cartoons, then you must be a pedophile or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was in fucking labor ready, and I had my laptop and there was no work, and I'm sitting there watching like episodes of Kamen Rider, and like this guy looks at my screen for 2 seconds, not knowing what anything is that's on it, and just randomly, this guy watches Power Rangers. I don't want to work with a guy who's watching Power Rangers. It's like, wow, good job, dude. I'm not even watching Power Rangers. And then like, it's funny because people will come up and be like, is this the Chinese version of Power Rangers? And it's just like, oh my God.
Why, yes it is. Come sit down and watch.
You should have just been like, you know what? It is. Watch it with me.
And a lot of it comes from like this such a state of uneducation. It's ridiculous. And and a lot of times, a lot of bullies don't even realize that they're making themselves look really stupid. You know, they'll be like, "Oh, that guy watches My Little Ponies. He must be some kind of freak." It's like, really? Tell me about the intelligent shows that you watch, sir. I watch American Idol and Jersey Shore. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. You're done.
What about you, Deb?
My experience with bullying, I kind of shared the same thing with Corpulent. Like, it would kind of shaped me to who I am today. And in terms of MLP, I haven't been a victim of it. However, though, I think I have been a victim of bullying firsthand, both for my body and, like, I believe indirectly for possibly being gay, because one time my first day of school, or in high school, I happened to choose, or first day of gym rather, I happened to choose a purple shirt to wear as my gym clothes, and I'm guessing people thought I was gay.
Oh, you mean because you didn't fall into the normal standards of what society says men are supposed to like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just happened to pick badminton over football, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, of course. Now, see, like when relating to the quote unquote normal world, I have one thing going for me, and that's that I'm a fairly big car buff. If it wasn't for that, the normal world would absolutely fucking hate me.
See, I have an interesting perspective on this, because when I was younger, during middle school and high school, I was bullied quite a bit. I was pushed around, and people fucked with me all the time, and I just fucking took it like a little bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got out of high school, and I still haven't had sex. I haven't had a girlfriend. I hadn't done any of these things that most of my peers were doing.
Yeah.
And that made me, change my ways. I decided I gotta get this problem fixed, right? I'm probably doing something wrong here, right? And that was true, and I was. And my problem was that I didn't have any self-esteem and I didn't have any confidence. So, the way I changed that was I got into pickup. And I got into, stuff like the mystery method and David D'Angelo and all these things with a couple other friends.
Yeah.
And over time, we got really good at it. And through faking confidence and not truly, because, confidence isn't a real thing. The definition of confidence is absolute certainty, knowing for certain of something, but you can never know anything for certain. You'd have to be a mind reader. You'd have to be able to see into the future. Nobody can do this. Supposedly, quote unquote, Sylvia Brown. So I changed my definition of confidence. I said, well, what if my definition of confidence was appearing certain.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So I did that, and I faked it, and I faked it for 2 long years. I faked it, and I faked it, and I faked it. And I finally got it, and I finally became a confident, unyielding man. And I realized something during this process, because when I got into My Little Pony specifically, I was already this more extroverted kind of guy. Very sociable, very, very likable, charming. So I immediately was cool with wearing the shirts and not giving a fucking shit.
Yeah.
What anybody said, you know, I fucking love this show, right? And I outwardly express it all the time. And it has not affected one thing in my life. I still go to clubs with pony shirts on. I never have any issues. Never have had one problem. I go out in public. I date. I do all these things.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed anything. And when I first joined the fandom, I went on MLP forums because, you know, I wanted to meet other people who were into this shit. You know?
Yeah.
So I noticed that a trend. Now this might be an MLP forums thing. I don't really know because I haven't really, you know, I don't go on 4chan. I don't go on Reddit MLP, you know. So I noticed a common trend here.
Yeah.
A lot of bronies lack a lot of self-esteem. They're very, the best way I can describe it is a lot of them are very wussy, and they have a lot of, you know, and.
But you could describe almost any nerd that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them online, all over the place. If you say something to them that might be slightly offensive, they immediately take it to that extreme, and it becomes almost a personal affront against them. Yeah. If you say something like, "Oh, I think, you know, Twilight Sparkle's best pony," and they're all like, "Oh, Pinkie Pie's best pony," you're just messing with them, but they get it.
Twilight Sparkle's such a poorly written Mary Sue. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know. I kind of thought she was cool. You know?
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean. Like very oversensitive, very over emotional. Yeah. And there would be a lot of threads like, "Help me! I'm being bullied. What should I do? Should I tell my friends I'm a brony? Blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
Right? And I felt bad because I used to be in that place that was like, "Yo, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I being picked on? Why can't I talk to girls? Why am I such a loser? You know, all of this bullshit." And I would respond and I would say, "Listen, the problem isn't My Little Pony.
The problem is you.
The problem is what you believe about yourself."
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And if you go out there in the world, every brony who's listening to this and is feeling like they're being made fun of or judged, if you go out into the world and you do what you want when you want, and you show no what's the word?
Fear.
No fear, and if you show no fucking, god damn it, what's that word, guys? It's a really important word.
Judgmentalness?
No, it's okay to judge people.
Yeah.
Judging is okay.
No shame.
I reckon. Yeah, if you have no shame. If you have no shame, okay, and you're proud of what you do and what you like, that automatically will attract you to other people, and other people will want to be around you, regardless if you like things like this. So.
And that's how you earn respect too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And more importantly, for all those frat boy disagreeers, that makes you more of a man than anybody can claim.
Exactly. So, you know.
Word.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I've always found it funny because, like, you know, like you were saying, a lot of it is just that, like, so many people, you know, they just grow up and they don't face, you know, any kind of, like, you know, they sit there in their rooms and they just like, why does nobody love me? And then all of a sudden they try to get out and it's like, oh, you like My Little Pony? You're fucking weird, you know?
Yeah.
So they're just like, I've been attacked. You know? I mean, because like I said, I grew up in a time when liking cartoons at all was bad.
How old are you, Donut?
I'm old enough to know better, but still too young to care.
So how old are you?
I'm in my 30s. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I will say I'm I'm 33. I'm 33. Just to
Oh, really?
set a level there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you probably can relate to this a little bit, but when Dragon Ball Z was first coming out, like anime was just starting to be popular, you know. It was like people started to get used to the fact that I was into comic books and cartoons, and then this whole anime thing turned up, and they're just like, what? Because like I've never been one of those people who's tried to hide anything. Like basically I'll broadcast my furriness, my broniness, and everything else, and I don't care. Yeah. And if honestly, a lot of times it just won't come up in conversation, and then all of a sudden some conversation will just pop up, and it'll be like, "Oh wait, you're a brony?" I'll be like, "Yes," and people will be like so shocked, because that is honestly like the best thing to like make people start liking something is when they meet you first. And then they find out that you're a part of that they learn that you're an okay person, and then they're like, oh, well, that guy's a that. Okay. Like, I mean, of course, in my case, all anyone's got to do is look at my van, and they'll see, like, oh, you're one of those guys.
They'll be like, oh, he's a pedophile. Okay.
Shut up.
Aaron, your van is kind of, yeah.
I know.
There's like free cookies on the side of it or something.
I was tempted to once write free candy on there.
Yes, you and just about everyone else who's ever seen it. But yeah, it's basically, but like, I mean, seriously, like the best way to handle it is to be a fan, but not make it like such a huge deal that you literally have to start, being like, well, how do I tell my parents that I'm a brony?
God,
it's like,
that shit just drives
me
up the wall.
It's like, don't.
It's like, how do I tell them? It's either you don't or you just do.
Well, no. Well, at least my opinion is you just don't and you do it. And then when people are like, oh, they'll like walk into your room and they'll see some My Little Pony figures and they'll be like, oh, are you a brony or something? And they'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, cause I ride my bike a lot. So like I'm outside, and I'll have like a My Little Pony shirt on. I'll completely forget I put that shirt on, and like people will be like, will just randomly stop and they'll be like, "Are you a brony?" And I'll be like, "What? Why are you asking you?"
That's like never happened to me ever. I've never had anybody ask me, "What is that? What are you wearing?"
Well, it happens to me a fair amount, mainly because, like I said, I'm outside a lot, so it's like, when that happens when you ride a bike a lot,
Well, the other day, actually, just yesterday, I was at a Walmart, and I was wearing a brony shirt.
Yeah.
And I was actually stopped. Well, I wasn't really stopped. I was just walking, and someone was walking by. And I think this guy, I didn't really get a good look at him, but I think if any of you know who Jack's Blade is.
Yeah.
He looked a lot like Jack's Blade. He wasn't Jack's Blade, but he had that same sort of look to him, big muscular guy.
Yeah.
And I just heard him say, "Oh, hey, nice shirt." And he just kept going. And I kept, so, that was really cool, but I've never had anyone negatively stop me and say something like, what the hell do you have ponies going on?
I've been pointed and laughed at a couple of times, but it's like,
I guess it depends.
I just point and laugh back,
I guess it depends where you live, too.
Yeah. There was quite a while, especially I lived in like a really small town, so it's like if you did anything that was like out of the ordinary, you were getting the crap beat out of you.
Yeah, it's tough.
If you walked out with the wrong football team on your shirt, it was okay to like football, but not the wrong team. You get beat up or something.
Yeah. Don't care what other people think. People, fuck them all.
Yeah, you would be surprised if you start doing research about things like social norms and things like that. You'll be pretty quick to find out how stupid most of them are.
Yeah, just go out there and do what you want to do and love what you want to do, and you're going to gain respect of people. And the ones who won't respect you, they're just not worth the time of worrying about what they're thinking.
Exactly. And if you don't subscribe to every one of us, we will hate you.
Forever.
Well, you don't have to subscribe to me since I got no freaking videos up.
I don't mind.
What was all that? It's like, hey guys,
There's someone talking in the background.
That's all right.
jerk. No, I'm kidding. All right.
So what do you guys think of Rainbow Rocks? Are we all pumped about Rainbow Rocks? Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hang on.
Rainbow Rocks, Rainbow Rocks, Rainbow Rocks, Rainbow Rocks.
How long have we been going here?
Right now we are at 34 minutes.
34 minutes?
I think that's a good place to stop.
All right, well we can stop.
Well,
sure.
Well, if I may interject, I am not exactly looking forward to this.
Oh, so you don't share the same opinion as me? Well, I hate you.
Yeah.
Neither.
I'm
not very hot on Rainbow Rocks either.
Let me just say this. First off, I hate spoilers, so I'm just going off basically what I've heard. Yeah. And I've only seen the first short.
Which is?
I believe the Vinyl Scratch one.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say this, on a personal level, the music hurt my ears.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was like imitation dubstep, you know. I was like...
Dubstep? Are any of you?
No, I don't like dubstep. Personally.
Let me put it this way. I listen to Eiffel 65 all the time.
Okay.
What happened? Oh.
So.
All right. Basically, my opinion about Rainbow Rocks so far is I think it's going to be a train wreck. It's probably going to have some catchy tunes that are in it, and it'll just be bad.
I will only say this about Rainbow Rocks. Fucking flim flam. That's all I'm going to say.
So when I usually watch the regular show, my general reception of the show is, fun. I don't really have a lot of criticisms towards it. When I do reviews or analysis, I'm generally very positive.
Yeah.
I watched Equestria Girls, and I avoided it for a long time. I really didn't want to watch it, but I figured I'm eventually gonna have to watch this shit. Everyone has seen it. Why haven't I seen it? I might as well watch it. I watched it, and I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoy MLP regularly, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't god awful. It wasn't anything that I hear a lot of people say. As for Rainbow Rocks, I'm willing to just sit back and try to enjoy it. I figure if I go into it with very low expectations, I'm probably not going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
I've really got to second what you said, Sheldog. I mean, I avoided Equestria Girls like the plague. Yeah. And it wasn't until maybe a month before season 4 that I finally broke down and saw it around the time it came out on Netflix for free, because I wasn't gonna pay a damn dime for it. And when it came out, I watched it, and up until the point when Twilight went through the mirror, I was all for it, and it actually made me excited, because I was one of the people, I'm sorry, who wasn't very hot on Magical Mystery Cure, especially the way it ended. But watching that, at least the beginning of Equestria Girls, actually warmed me up to the fact that, Twilight might actually, this change in her character could be very interesting. And I was really looking forward to it being explained, or being explored rather, in season 4. And I was a little disappointed. I mean, there was there were only just a few episodes that touched on that, but I was really hoping for more of that exploration. But Equestria Girls gave me that excitement of getting ready for season 4. I wasn't very happy when they all turned into horse women, but I did appreciate Friendship is Witchcraft's version a lot better. But
I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen ads about it and stuff, and it's like, I'll check it out someday. All right. So I guess this is probably a good place to end it all. And has anyone got anything they want to plug real quick?
Well, I like to plug in my final thoughts about Rainbow Rocks and Equestria Girls and all that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Dev.
Let me disclaim this. If you like this movie, I don't care. It's fine. More power to you. If you like Magical Mystery Cure or anything I disagree with, that's fine. Yeah. And I'll say this. I hate Equestria Girls even more than Brony Curious. Let that sink in.
That's a lot of hate, dude.
Let's get some silence for that comment.
But let me say this. Despite all my apprehension, despite everything, I'm still going to give it a fair chance.
Very admirable.
Yeah.
There you go, everybody. There you go.
Check out like everyone's channels and podcasts. I'll put a link in the description and everything. And
hold on one moment, my good sir. Hey guys, it has been Sheldon, and I want you to check out my commentary/analysis channel, which will be in the description. And I also have another channel where I do piano and drum covers of awesome My Little Pony music. So you better go check that out while you're at it.
Hey, this is Corpulent Brony. I just did a wonderful in-depth analysis on T-Rex and T-Rex Magic in the season 4 finale.
That'll be down
cool. That'll be down on my channel there. So
cool. All right. Well,
this is Deborah saying, even though I came across as negative, let me just tell you, I have 2 videos on my channel that may surprise you: a defense for the Breezies and a defense for Rain Dash Trade. Yeah. Also, Daring Donut. Also, Daring Donut is my favorite episode of season 4.
Very good.
Anyway, I can hear the music. So.
Wait. This is Louis, aka LuiGamez. Be sure to not check out my channel because I got nothing up there. But still check out my channel. Something will be there soon.
Someday I will get something uploaded and done. So thank you very much all for listening, and Donut out. And that would most likely be the end right there.
Really?